Yes. Welcome into another episode of Buzzer Beater Banter. Today we have my guy Nick Cheramie, formerly of 1033 The GOAT, with myself. We used to do the huddle together, and we will be talking all things NFL and Saints. So no need to do a long overdrawn intro. Without further ado, let's get into it. All righty, Triple B Nation. It's the Tuesday edition. As you know, I go and get interviews for between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Today, we have my former co-host at 1033 The GOAT. We have my guy, Nick Cheramie, in the building. How you doing, brother?
Doing great, man. Good to see you. We were in the trenches together, bro.
Yes,
back
we were,
at the station.
bro. We really were. And just to, not to dive deep into it, but we kept that thing afloat. Me, you, and Blaze.
Yeah,
legitimately.
High key, we kept that shit afloat. Look, for real, anybody who's heard me speak on the radio, anybody who knows me at all, they know what we kind of went through at that station. You went into it hard on the pod a few weeks back, like a week or so back, and I listened to it, and bro, I agree with every word you said. You're totally right. It was that's just what it was. And
it is what it is, man. Just being honest,
it is, bro. And I, as someone who is a really big writer, dude, those blogs fucking suck.
Bro, it just did, man.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
It's nothing against it's corporate mandates.
No,
and it's like if you were telling me, hey, I could write about whatever I wanted, then cool. But no, bro.
Yes.
The thing is, we were the flagship station for UL and was told not to write about UL. What?
They wanted us to write about the school across the basin so bad. And
or just popular things.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, and that kind of shit reminds me, so first example, I want to say the best thing I wrote while I was working for 1033 The GOAT wasn't even for 1033 The GOAT. It was the one blog I got to write for you guys, which was awesome. I really enjoyed getting to write that. And, it was a really cool experience.
Look, like I said on air, but during radio, I let a lot of things slack. The blog was one of them. And in 2024, that is not happening. Now, I will let you know, the blog is not my first agenda to bring back because
do your own thing, bro.
Because we're bringing back streaming and
Hell
we have 3 scripted shows we're getting out next year.
Know, bro.
You will be a contestant in the game show. So
I want to be on a game show, bro.
It is a game show. The season is from May to September, with September being the championship. But if the blog ever comes back, I will definitely call you because what you wrote was really good. But
hey. And look, the second thing was the one time I made a pretty serious mistake on the blog, which was when I accidentally we were playing, I think it was Arkansas State, and I put Georgia State or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Bro, I got smoked for hours. I was at a performance. One of our mutual friends was in a play. I'm sitting in the audience at this play. My fucking phone's blowing up. Twitter notifications. Scott was still at the station at the time texting me. He's like, man, you can't have that happen. I was like, bro, what do you mean I can't have that happen? I called the mascot right. The only thing I got wrong was the fucking state name in the title, and Ranger Review was calling for my fucking job.
Yeah, you can't have that happen, brother.
It's just fucking...
I remember that. Hey, funny, if we're having funny radio moments where the fans called us out, I'll never forget. And even to this day, my girlfriend's mom still makes fun of me for it. The first time I ever was producing softball. And for those listening who listen to us, when I started that job, I had no idea shit about baseball. Shit about softball. Even when Nick got there, I really still didn't know shit about softball, shit about baseball. Nick helped me a lot, during that time. And by the time I was co-hosting with Dave, I could kind of talk about it because of what Nick and Blaze taught me. But by the time they got there, I still didn't know shit about that fucking sport. and so the first time I ever produced either a softball or baseball game, I forget which one it was, they score, and I tweet, UL scores a point. And legitimately, I got torn a new asshole. They were like, wow, this guy doesn't know it's a run. It's a run. 50 notifications.
Bro,
I was just laughing bro, it's a run.
It's a run.
My girlfriend's mom saw it.
That's
Was
so
like, it's a
crazy.
run, and
Nah,
like
man.
never lived that down. So yeah, funny
And
story.
see, so like
the
that's my
time.
thing. Like the audience got to see those rare mix-ups and mistakes. But like for me, it was never the stuff that the audience saw that was stressful. Because like when something goes out to the audience, like fuck it, whatever, it happened.
We were pretty damn good at our jobs. So
I think we were
never,
pretty fucking good at our jobs,
to where we never messed up, really.
especially for what we were getting paid.
Oh, facts. Yeah, that's beside the point.
But the stressful moments were always when like shit was going wrong behind the scenes that the fans didn't know fuck all about. Like, God, there are sometimes like producing football or late season basketball, and like, oh man, so that shit got really fucking dicey. But
yeah,
look,
I'm gonna tell you off air when we finish a funny, like one of my final producing moments.
Oh
where
yes, please.
It was just chaos.
By the way, I want to say last thing before we can move on. I literally was like, I'm gonna call the show with Dave and Lynn one of these days, because I the new job I got off of work an hour.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. What
so
I
kept meaning to call the show. And the one day I was like, all right, I'm going to call the show today. I turn on the radio and you guys aren't on. And then I check and it's tweets and it's like, you're fucking not on the air anymore.
Yeah. Everybody was so shocked, man. Because so first people were like asking like what was going on. And like, just like, if you didn't listen to that podcast, I'll say it once more, but this will be like the final time I talk about it, unless Blaze comes on, because then if Blaze comes on, then I'm gonna get
Blaze on this fucking podcast. I want it so bad.
If Blaze comes on, we'll do this again. But I didn't know Dave was gone until the Monday that it happened. Like the show starts at 3. I found out at 12.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
I found out at 12, and then they were like, "Yeah, you're no
we knew about Scott.
Air.
We knew Scott was leaving like a while back, like a while before he left, and he did. But he said that to us.
Yeah,
Scott was like, "Hey, I'm leaving." That's a whole ass different situation.
That's a whole to find out at 12,
crazy.
And then they were like, "Yeah, no more show, but we want you to produce and write." And I was just like, I asked my request. My request got denied, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna go out on my own and leave and do my own thing." So it was
good on you, bro.
Yeah, so it was one of those things. But wish him the best of luck. But we're here to give you the best sports program in Acadiana, because, like I always say, there's no sports programming in Acadiana besides Kevin Foote, who's killing it. But you need another sports show, and we are here to give it to you. Absolutely. And I brought on this man to talk sports. So let's get into it. This guy has always been a Saints fan. And look, Nick, I've been saying it since this show's inception. We need to blow it up. Blow the whole thing up.
Look, I was well known on the station for being the Saints optimist, Saints truther. And I gotta be honest, bro. This ain't it.
This ain't bad, man.
The coaching's not there. The leadership's not there in the locker room. Like, when Michael Thomas is one of your pillars of leadership in your locker room, you got a fucking problem. Like, Derek Carr, dude, I've never seen someone get turned around so quick than Derek Carr. Like, when he got here, people were like, man, he's got something. He was underappreciated in Vegas. I was one of the loudest voices saying this.
You were.
I don't want to act like I wasn't. Like, I'm not some holier than thou Skip Bayless motherfucker. I was saying the stupid shit too. But no, man, I don't know what happened with Derek Carr. And, it's gotten to a point where, and I am very anti-tanking. I think tanking's fucking stupid. I think,
you always have been too.
One guy can change a team, sure, but like, it takes a culture to make that guy worth a shit. Case in point, the Panthers with Bryce Young.
Yeah,
but straight up, I think this is one of those situations where it's like, when you got Saints fans actively calling for us to tank, blow the shit up, like you said, and then B, even the ones that wanted us to win yesterday, this week, Sunday, past Sunday, whatever, they are still the ones. They're still mad. Like, I wanted them to win. You guys won, but I'm still pissed off.
Very much so.
They should be. It was a fucking. That is the worst 28-6 game I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, they didn't start moving the ball until like the end of the third quarter.
I'm convinced that punt return touchdown doesn't happen. It's probably a 13-6 football game.
It was bad, man.
Like,
And
momentum is, old cousin Mo is a real fucking thing. That punt return is what switched up that game. All that shit doesn't happen, bro.
And you see Eric McCoy arguing with Derek Carr.
Look, that's damning to me.
Yeah, me too.
Never seen those linemen bitch about not Jameis Winston, not once, not Taysom Hill,
not Trevor Simeon, not Dalton.
What's that? Like the guy who started like Wayne one spot start for Ian Book. Like fuck that.
No one. But Carr gets under their fucking skin, and they do not like him, and you can tell. Yeah. Carr's scared, man. I feel like Carr doesn't have faith in the offensive line. The offensive line doesn't have faith in Carr, and Carr won't even throw a deep pass anymore. He won't. Like, it's crazy.
He won't, man.
And we have him signed to such a long contract.
I thought the worst it was gonna get this year was Olave getting arrested, and then all the shit about his effort. I thought that was gonna be the worst it was gonna get, and then
no, not even close.
Spiraling, bro. This is horrible.
And Alvin wants to talk shit on Carr so bad every week. You can tell.
Good. Look, if there was any one person like that, more than anyone, like I trust their takes on where the Saints are at, it's Alvin Kamara. Because he's always been real.
That's a fact. Always been real. And the problem is Dennis Allen keeps saying, "Oh, we got a little bit more work to do. That guy sucks,
I can finally say what I've been wanting to say about Dennis Allen for fucking a year and a half. That guy is chicken shit. He's a chicken shit coward. He's pusillanimous.
Expound, brother.
That guy, he has look. All right, if he was, I'll say this: if he was a gym teacher, he would show up to class with no balls in his bag. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say here. This is a guy. He's got no creativity. He's got no ability. Like all of the stuff we've seen him do on defense that succeeded in the past, he's still doing it, and some of it still works. Sometimes you still see those flashes of that old Saints defense, but it doesn't. And then on the offensive side, Pete's checked the fuck out.
He's been. I know. Oh, why? When somebody says they don't want a job, we said this when the huddle first started, or even before the huddle started. Yeah. Like Pete said, he did not want the job, and he keeps showing you week in and week out.
And he doesn't want the fucking job.
And Mickey's not doing anything to change it, which is crazy to me.
That's crazy to me because Mickey has always been, in my opinion, one of the top 5 GMs in the league. And starting with the CD Deuce trade, everything since then has kind of been
downhill. Yeah. Maybe he lost his fastball. Maybe Sean Payton leaving, he lost his fastball. Let me ask you, what would you do to fix this?
I mean, shit. See, so here's the deal. I'm gonna operate on the idea that you're stuck with Derek Carr.
Yeah, because I think we are, at least until 2025.
So I'm gonna operate on the idea that you're stuck with Derek Carr. I think the first thing you do is you fire the fuck out of Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael.
Yeah,
I think you go out and you find the most creative offensive mastermind you can, like the best offensive guy available, someone from the Shanahan coaching tree, ideally. But no promises that'll be available. Maybe even like a guy looking to move up from college. Who knows? You get that guy, you get him a good staff around him, and you're gonna have to part with one of your pieces. If it's Mike Thomas, I mean, I don't see like a lot. No one on a rookie deal is going, right? So no one like their first.
You're gonna have to lose probably Thomas and Kamara.
I don't know about both.
One of them for sure.
One of them, but I think if you're going to keep one of them, you keep Kamara. But
I think Lattimore, you got to keep him on the back end. Like that's the one.
Yeah, you got to keep Lattimore, but I think you're going to have to maybe give up. Like you're going to lose DeMario and Cam to retirement in the next 2 to 3 years.
Facts.
Max, if not earlier. I mean, they just re-signed Granderson. You got to keep your fucking tight leash on him because we let go of Trey Hendrickson and we seen what happened with that.
We lost out on that.
And I'll keep fucking singing this dude's praises until the day I die. Most people can't pronounce his damn name, but Tano Passignon is the best third end in the league. That's the best third defensive end in the league.
You've been on that guy for forever.
I've been on that guy for forever. His technique is so clean. That dude, I'm serious, bro.
Granderson's our best defensive lineman, though.
Granderson is the best. Like Cam is still Cam. I get it. He's up there in age, but Carl Granderson is a special piece of equipment that this team has on their team. And I mean, look, be honest, you got some really great young corners too.
You do.
Like in my opinion, honestly, as much as I love Marshawn, if you got to let him go, I don't think like your secondary definitely gets worse, but I don't think it gets as bad as people might think it would get without him.
It's not as bad, but to me, I'm more inclined to keep Marshawn and get rid of the offense. Like, I'm ready to rebuild the entire offense. If we gotta lose Kamara and Thomas, so be it. And
I guess my concern with Kamara is right now with the running back market being the way it is, everything's so volatile.
And you can find another one. We got Kendra in the back.
The theory that you could find another one is such bullshit to me, though. That's such bullshit. Because here's the deal. Yeah, you can find look, okay. I don't know, the DeAndre Swifts and
I take me a DeAndre Swift.
But like the DeAndre Swift, Rashad Freeman's of the world, or Rashad Freeman. I always fuck up his name. But those guys, like a dime a dozen. Gus Edwards, these guys who are like, they're good, they're serviceable backs. You can play them 2 to 3 downs in a series.
Kendra and Jamal, baby.
Right. Like Jamal Williams is actually a perfect example. You could find 6 Jamal Williams right now for $1 million, $2 million, $3 million.
And be fine.
Yeah. But you can only running back by committee for so long. Someone's got to be able to explode. Kendra might be able to do that. I mean, he's starting to get healthy, but Jamal is not going to explode.
No, I agree. I agree with that for sure.
That's my thing. You got to have something explosive on the offense. And that's another thing they've been lacking.
It sucks to lose Alvin, but I'm like, let's get draft picks.
Yeah.
If we're going to lose, let's send Alvin somewhere where he can win, because I think he's earned it. Let's get some draft picks. Let's get some draft picks for Mike T. And then, let's rebuild this thing. Let's try to get a quarterback next year.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean,
Shador. So let's get a young guy.
Okay. And I don't hate that. And I'm gonna say it again. This is a little bit of Saints optimism coming back in my brain, but Jake Haener is not a bad quarterback. He's a project. Okay, wait, stop. Time out right now. Time out.
Email us at BrosWhoThink at Outlook.com. When Nick comes back, I will read you your comments about his Jake Haener take. Because he will be back.
I'll come back as often as you want me, bro. Imagine for a moment that you can't put Jameis Winston in. You have Derek Carr or Jake Haener. Which one do you want to see play next week?
Oh, I want to see Jake because we don't know what we have. You
want to see because you don't know what you have for sure.
Sure, I agree with that.
That's my take. So my
I would like to see him.
And look,
that's why I said not this year. If the
Saints were out of the playoffs, I guarantee you they would be playing him right now.
See, and I think you got to see what you have. That's why I don't think this year's draft you take a quarterback. I think this year's draft you take a young defender, maybe some offensive line to rebuild this team, get you some explosion maybe. But next year, that's when you start looking for the quarterback.
If there's anything I'd be absolutely stoked about as a Saints fan, which I am, is that the Panthers are not going to get another first pick.
Yeah, man, the Bears are about to
giving that off to Chicago. I know. I don't know what they're gonna pick. I've heard
trade Justin Fields.
I've heard quarterback a million times. Look, can I be honest? I'm gonna put my take out here, and this might be stupid as fuck to say, but I don't care. Caleb Williams is gonna be a bust.
So many people have been saying that. Yo, our listener Ronnie, from the station, he listens to this program. Ronnie listens to this program. He's been commenting on the other show. I've been watching.
He
comments on the show as well. He's gonna definitely enjoy your take on that because he doesn't think Caleb Williams is
Ronnie,
good.
How's it going, bud?
He does not think Caleb Williams is good at all.
I agree.
So y'all both think he's gonna be a bust. Look,
I don't know if he's not good. He's like a talented player. I just don't know if he's built for the NFL.
Yeah, they think that's exactly. He said the same thing. So I think this. If you're the Bears, you trade Justin Fields, get the picks. Now, whether or not your quarterback is Caleb, Drake, whoever you think it is, Jaden, you make that pick. The next one, you get Brock Bowers or Marvin Harrison, whoever's available. And then with the late Justin Fields pick, you get offensive line. And you rebuild that team.
I think you can do it in one draft.
Exactly, because they have a defense. That's the thing. Whoever you believe in, whether it's Caleb, whether it's Drake, whoever it is, you go and pick that guy first and then get the weapons afterwards in the line.
I'm with you.
I like Caleb Williams, but if it's whatever quarterback it is,
I like
you have to hit it.
I look, everyone knows, well documented. I could say it now on this platform. I fucking hate LSU. All right?
You do.
All right? But Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in college football right now.
He is. Like,
as proof positive, he won the fucking Heisman.
he definitely is the best quarterback in college football currently, but is he the best talent for the draft? I don't know.
I think he's gonna be the best NFL talent. And
okay,
I think his game will translate to the NFL the best.
My man CJ. Oh, and look, you were there with me a bunch. Wasn't I pro CJ Stroud?
You were pro CJ Stroud.
Yes,
I'll give you that because I was.
Thank you.
Because my thing was I was very pro Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember,
and Blaze was.
And you know what I will say? You know what I will say about Anthony Richardson? He was fucking good before he blew his shoulder.
He was. Oh no, wait. Blaze said Bryce Young was too small. We both said Bryce Young was too small. Dave was pro Bryce Young.
Well, and I also don't think Bryce Young is too small. I think Bryce Young is a talented player. I just don't. I think he needed more guidance than the Panthers can give him.
Yeah, they're not a good squad. So we'll see what young quarterbacks come up.
While we're talking about the NFL at large, though, can I really quickly? I mean,
yeah, we're gonna just be talking NFL with you.
I don't know how much you watched of this Monday night slate. If you'd have told me at 3:00 this afternoon that this was gonna be the best Monday night slate of the season, I'd have told you were on fucking crack.
Yeah, it's bad games, but they
were awesome games.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Like
bad matchups. Mm-hmm.
Awesome games. Like Packers Giants was like supposed to be a snooze fucking fest.
Did not expect DeVito to come out and ball.
Can I be honest? Anybody named fucking DeVito on a football field, they have my vote, bro.
New York loves him, man. And then his agent
was quintessential New York, bro.
His agent was dressed like a mafia boss today, man. It was crazy. And he was like, I'm going home to eat my mom's chicken cutlets. Like New York loves that fucking shit. And that guy's balling.
Yes, dude. Like he lives with his dad over like a sandwich shop or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's with his mom, and also, like he lives with his mom still. They're one game out of the playoffs. If New York makes it, they'll go insane.
I can. There is a world. There's a world that exists here. I'm gonna check. I have ESPN open. Okay, I'm back in producer mode. By the way, I like opened up ESPN as soon as.
Nice. This is lit because I do not have my setup for all this.
Oh, you're
stuff.
good. I got my 2 monitors. I got everything. I'm good. So there is a non-zero chance, from what I'm understanding.
They got a shot.
Well, not only does the the Jets are pretty far. I was gonna say that there's a possibility that the Jets could make it too, but
they're done.
They're pretty far. They're further out than I remembered.
Because the NFC's kind of poo. So the Giants have a shot. Like the Rams are 6-7, the Seahawks are 6-7, the Vikings are 7-6, Packers 6-7, and all the NFC South are 6-7.
Yeah, so, the NFC South's a fucking shit show.
Mm-hmm. I honestly, right now, do you want the Saints to win the South? Because to me, let me tell you my pitch. If the Saints win the South, then what's going to happen is Dennis Allen's coming back. You know he's coming back.
There's a part of my brain that wants to make believe that the world is a good place and the Saints can win the NFC South
and fire him.
and Mickey Loomis can still say, get the fuck out of here. But I don't foresee that happening.
Me neither.
I always want the Saints to win the South just because fuck the Falcons. And I think they're the other.
I'm pulling for Baker, man.
I think they're the teams that are going to win. Yeah, I mean, straight up, if I have to, yes. My take right now is if the Saints win the South, I want the Saints. If the Saints win the South, I want them to like really go like in the wild card game that they're gonna play, because they're gonna play a wild card game. If they win the South and in their wild card game, I want them to win the wild card game and then just look completely ridiculous in the divisional.
Oh yeah, get embarrassed.
Because that could
that would do it.
Allen firing.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That is definitely a way that could happen.
If the Saints aren't gonna get in, then I'm just riding Dan Campbell until the fucking wheels fall off.
Same. I want the Lions to bounce back. Losing to the Bears was trash, but that just shows the Bears are a little bit better now.
I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet that broke my heart the other day. This was like a couple weeks ago. This is like right when the Saints are starting that losing streak. Someone tweeted that they were like, they tweeted a Dan Campbell pregame speech, and they said, we hired the wrong assistant.
Oh, I saw that tweet. Yeah.
We hired the wrong Peyton assistant.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, that broke my heart. Because imagine this team with Dan Campbell at the head.
We'd be winning. We'd be the
2 seed right now.
I don't know if we'd be the 2 seed, but we'd be winning. I'd say that. We look a lot better. I feel more confident. Would Derek Carr be the quarterback? I don't know. I couldn't predict you that, but I definitely think the players would believe in their coach. Legitimately. Now, let me ask you, who do you think is the best team in the AFC? Who are you liking right now?
Look, it's so tough because the AFC is a fucking competitive ass conference.
It is
this year.
super competitive.
It is super competitive. All the teams that I thought were going to be good are pretty much for the most part good. If you have to ask me right now, this week, which team I think is the best, it's going to be the team that's in 10th place. It's the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, but Joe's not coming back.
They're a good team.
Okay.
Are they going to win the most games? Maybe not.
Yeah, no.
But they're a good team, especially with Joe coming back.
They're going to break some hearts.
The team is good. They will break hearts. They will ruin some seasons. If you're asking me which team I think is going to end at the top in the one,
that's what I'm asking you.
I think Miami. They're number 2 right now.
Okay,
Baltimore is good.
That's what I'm liking. Let me tell you why. It's what Blaze would always say: give Lamar weapons, and now Odell's finally.
It's weird.
Well.
It's almost like when you don't lose half of your offensive weaponry in preseason to injury, that offensive weaponry can contribute.
Yep.
Isn't that magical?
It is. And they have everything. Odell, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews is going to get healthy and come back, hopefully.
Yeah, he's on IR. I don't know. He's been fucking up my fantasy season.
Yeah, he hurt a lot of people's soul. I think he'll come back. But even if he doesn't, they have the pieces now.
Don't sleep on that Likely kid. Isaiah Likely.
Oh, yeah, he's good as well. The
he's
other
not
receiver.
Bad. He's not like, look, he's definitely no Mark Andrews, but I would put him and like Jawan Johnson in the same tier. And I like Jawan Johnson.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No, Mark might be done for the season.
I'm pretty sure he's done for the season.
Yeah, Mark might be done for the season. Oh, yeah. He had a cracked fibula.
Yeah, he's done for the season. I'm pretty sure he's done for the season.
He might not be coming. Oh, well, I mean, look. Harbaugh said he maintained optimism.
I mean, if they make a deep run.
Yeah, if they make the postseason, that's what he's thinking. So, but even without him, they still have Odell, Zay Flowers, and like you said, Isaiah Likely's
balling. They have some kid. Oh gosh, what's his name? Is it Rashee Rice?
Oh no, that's the Chiefs.
That's the Chiefs.
That's the Chiefs.
Dude, I don't know. All these AFC teams, they all the same to me.
The Chiefs are the Chiefs have issues though because the
Chiefs do because they don't have a wide receiver that is worth shit.
They
Kadarius Toney can't get his head far enough out of his ass to fix the fucking problem.
The Tyreek Hill situation finally caught up to him because people are saying, you know what, screw it. We're triple teaming Kelsey. Somebody else is gonna beat us. And it's finally caught up to them.
I gotta ask you, what's your take on this whole offensive offsides thing from that game?
I mean, it was like they have to call it.
Absolutely offsides, right?
Yeah, it's not basketball, man. Where in the heat of the game you don't make the call. No, you call it. Like, I'm sorry, Patrick.
Like, okay. I saw a really good, and I'm gonna reference somebody I used to reference all the time at the radio station. Pardon My Take did a really good little bit on this where he talks about you can't call it in that moment. It's you can't unwrite that big of a play, this, that, and the other. And the host of the podcast is like, well, so you just literally described that you should have just given up that play in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, exactly.
With James Bradbury. Like, you just straight up, you should not have won the Super Bowl last year. I hope that's what you're saying right now. Like, you put yourself in that position.
It's not basketball, man.
It's not basketball. And look, straight up, if I'm being honest, I still blame the refs, but it's because the refs have always, all throughout the history of me watching football, have always been like, hey, you're off. Like, before the play, they'll gesture to the wide receiver, back up, or whatever.
They didn't really do that, but I mean,
really do that,
and that's a ref issue. But again, it's football; it has to be called. And it is what
honestly,
it is. For Pat, I feel for Travis.
If Travis Kelce drops that ball, are we complaining about that penalty?
No, not at all. And the thing is, the problem is the Chiefs wide receivers have been bad all season. Valdez-Scantling dropped a game-winning touchdown. Rashee Rice has dropped things. Like, they have just been bad. And, like, that's just Pat taking out his frustrations on the ref.
By the way, the wide receiver I was thinking about for the Ravens was Rashad Bateman.
Oh, another good one as well. Like, look, the Ravens to me best team in the AFC.
They're good, man.
Well, I think the Dolphins is a finesse team. I need to see them win a physical game. Like tonight, for example, Tennessee was physical.
Was a pretty physical game,
and they lost. Mm-hmm. Like, so that's something that we need to see deep in the playoffs. But we shall see. Real quick before I get you out of here, because when I got you, I got to ask you, baseball. How do you feel about the moves?
Whew. Okay. Can I be honest? The Shohei deal, I hope and pray that the Shohei deal sets a new standard in baseball.
Bro, he's getting it all at the end. That's crazy.
Getting it all at the end, all between, I think it was like 2034 and 2043.
Mm-hmm.
So deferring of $70 million he would make a year, he's deferring 68 million of it, and he's saying, "Go,
Let's
you
win.
pay me all that after we've won 10 straight titles."
But man, if he doesn't win, holy shit!
If he doesn't win, don't get me wrong, we're like that's going to be a really fucking stupid deal in the long term. But it's Shohei Ohtani. I don't really see him falling off a cliff anytime soon.
Me neither.
You might not get all, like, what is it, 10 years? You might not get all 10 of the years really like superstar level play from him, because that's how baseball is.
But
like,
if you win 2 World Series, it's got to be worth it. If you win one,
if they go to 2 World Series, it's worth it.
Okay, I got you.
I know it's the Dodgers. They're a big market team. They go pretty regularly. But Shohei is such a generational talent. He's such a different animal.
He's gonna sell so much for them.
Sell millions of dollars of tickets and merchandise.
And the fact that they're on the West Coast, the connection so close, the closest team to Japan, like that's gonna help.
No, look, he's gonna do absolute numbers. They're gonna make more money than they spend on him.
Yeah,
and
facts.
And they're probably gonna win a World Series or 2 or more.
And that's a success. Now, what about Juan Soto to the Yankees?
I don't like that move as much. I don't really care. My thing, Juan Soto, he's great, but anytime the Yankees get a big name player, I just go,
okay.
Because
does it affect the Astros, though, is why I'm asking.
Yes, it does affect the Astros, and that's not great. But the Astros have been so good about farming their own talent from their system. Their system is really, really well done. Like, the Houston Astros farm system is so good. They get mostly their own talent. So, I'm not worried about them too much. They're still going to be a contender, I'm sure, next year. And if I'm being completely honest, the Yankees just bore me, because every time they pick up a big name, it's like, okay, but all we're going to care about is Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Like, all we're going to care about is Aaron Judge.
And y'all aren't winning. So, like,
whatever pitcher of the month you have, and the Yankees are and then the Yankees are going to underperform in the early season. They're going to catch fire in the midseason. People are going to be like, see, it's the Yankees, we told you.
And then they're going to lose.
They're going to lose it in one of the early rounds of the playoffs. That's like the Yankees formula for the last 5 years.
Yeah. So hey, I hope my Phillies do well. Shout out! Hey, I became a Phillies fan.
I'm so glad you became a Phillies fan, because this past year they were one of the most fun baseball teams to watch.
Look, Bryce Harper was doing his thing. Trey Turner, I love that team.
He's still fun. I love that. I like that team too. I'm not the hugest Philly fan, but the Phillies are a great team to watch, and they got a great fan base. They like to have fun. They're party guys. Love a good party team.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if I'm being straight up, if you want to ask me about baseball, bro, I'm stoked. And we can I want to segue into this real quick before you let me go. But I'm gonna hijack some of your airtime real quick.
Go ahead.
Bro, UL baseball.
Are you excited?
I'm so stoked. Look,
are they gonna be good?
They're perennially good, but they are going to be good this year. I look, UL baseball has kind of gotten,
perfect. I'm glad. Okay, wait, no, this is great, because Thursday. So now that I know this, we're gonna switch your days around, because Thursday I have dedicated to Acadiana sports, high school sports, as well as the Cajuns. When it's Cajuns baseball, you'll be the guy. Look, y'all hear it here Thursdays. Nick will be talking Cajuns baseball during the season, because we need someone to do it. So tell us about. It's gonna be good. They're gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. So here's the deal. I think they're going to be a good squad. They got a good couple of new young pitching talents upcoming. We've still got that amazing small ball lineup that Deggs has been doing for the last 3 years to great success. Obviously softball's still going to be fucking crazy, but that's a whole other thing. Like,
they're monsters.
We could dive into a whole show on just
that. We'll do that. We shall. That'll be a Thursday.
Glasgow's still a fucking monster. They're still going to easily win a lot of fucking games this season. But the baseball team is going to be, I think they're going to be really good this season. Every year they've kind of done the same thing, where it's like, they're going to be really good this season, and then we kind of all collectively forget that how hard it is to win in baseball, and they lose a couple games, and everyone's like, what's happening to this team? It's like, no, they're still good. Like, they're still going to have a chance at the Sun Belt. So I'm super stoked, and I'm looking forward to getting some more like hard concrete facts on these guys. Okay. All we really have is a little bit of spring, like they had like some of those winter games and stuff that they did, intra squad and stuff. But I'm looking forward to seeing some more from spring and that kind of ball when that starts to happen. But
heck yeah, well,
they're also replacing the turf at at Russo. So Russo
Okay.
Park getting new turf to go along with the huge Cajun field renovations, which just started.
Yeah, that did just start. So no, this is great because now that we're not confined to a radio station, like when I'll get Nick at some games, I'll record some content there. Like, no, he'll do some Cajuns baseball for us. This will be lit. I'm excited.
Yeah, look, unless your audience forget, I'm also a fucking huge nerd. So
yeah. Well, hey, there's a lot. There's a lot for us to do. Thank you so much for coming on, brother. Tell the people
anytime, brother.
Where they can follow you at. They will be hearing you soon. So let them know where your Twitter is and they can see all your stuff.
So you could peep my Twitter. So now that I'm not aligned with the station anymore, the Twitter I'd like everyone to follow is at Revenant Rogue, REVENANT Revenant Rogue. You can spot my video game takes there. I'll be retweeting some of the sports takes from my personal account, which is if you're interested in my sports account, that's Share It's Me, CHERITSME. That's where I like to share most of my thoughts. And then on that that Revenant Rogue Twitter, you'll also be able to see stuff for my streams if that stuff's happening. So video game stuff there too. So if you're interested in any of that, I'm alive.
Hell yeah. Make sure y'all go follow Nick. Check out his stuff.
Bro.
He will be back on very soon. So y'all make sure y'all follow him and see what he's up to. But let's finish up Triple B right here. I want to say thank you to Nick for coming on the show. Truly, truly appreciative. He will be back on the show a lot more often, as you can tell from our conversation. But make sure you follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. And until the next time, have a good one and peace.